Welcome back to the Cade and Keys channel. If ever you're watching this at 2019, then I just want to greet you. Merry Christmas. We've survived 2019 together. Let's rock 2020 together. Today, we are continuing our series on basic harmony, on basic chord theory. In the first video, we learned how notes are formed together to become a scale. On the second video, we learned how knowing these scales will allow us to know how chords work. If ever you didn't watch that, you can click on the link above. In this video, we are going to learn family chords. Now, what does that mean? It simply means that every song is at a certain key. Let's say a song is in the key of C major. And so that means there are only a set of major and minor chords that you can play within the key of C major. Today, I'm going to teach you how to find out what chords you can play when you are at a certain key. That's enough of my face. Let's learn by getting to the video. So now we know the first part, which is knowing how to play chords. Now we are going to learn which chords to play in a given song or which chords to play in a given key. You might have heard of family chords. We go back to the idea of parameters and boundaries. When we say a song is in the key of C major, it means your home note, the most foundational sound, is the note of C. All the other notes of the scale of C, D, E, F, G, A, B, are the parameters, are the family members of your home note. Notice the family jargon. You are within the boundaries of your own home. So at a certain key, all the notes of the melody belong to that scale. Then it logically follows that all the notes creating the harmonies also belong to the scale of that song. So if this is your scale of C major, so all the notes of the chords that you are playing belong to the scale of C major. So when a song is in the key of C major, you won't have any chord of D because there is no F sharp in the scale of C major. You can have a D minor because all three notes belong to the scale of C major. There's obviously no F sharp major because all the three notes, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp, don't belong to the scale of C major. You can have the chord of F major because all the three notes F, A, and C belong to the scale of C major. You won't have a chord of E because the note of G sharp does not belong to the scale of C major. You have an E minor because all of the notes of the chord belong to the scale of C major. That is actually the explanation of family chords. It means that all the notes of the chords in the family belong to the scale of that key. Another example is the key of G major. The scale of G major has the notes G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. You can have a chord of C because the three notes C, E, and G belong to the scale of G major. You won't have the chord of C minor because E flat does not belong to the scale of G. You won't have a B major because D sharp is not in the scale. There's B minor because B, D, and F sharp are in the scale of G major. You won't have the chord of A major because C sharp does not belong to the scale. You will have the chord of A minor because all three notes A, C natural, and E belong to the scale of G major. Now, after learning all that, please remember that this is just music theory and it is not music law. There are other notes that you can play in your melody and in your harmony that don't belong to the key, that don't belong to the family chords. Sometimes playing those off notes make it sound off or out of tune, but many times it is also what makes the music even more interesting. Think of it like being at home. At home, you have a sense of peace, of comfort, of balance. But there are just those times when you need to really get out of the house so that you can experience fun, adventure, explore more things. It's the same with music. What we learned, music theory, is just a framework that makes it easier and more efficient to transcribe music, to memorize music, to make music, and to conceptualize music. But we must always remember the bottom line. It's about what it makes us feel. What emotions and imaginations motivate us to play or create a certain piece of music? And consequently, what emotions and imaginations are being spurred when we hear a certain piece of music? Once again, I'm Cade, and you've been watching the Cade and Keys channel. I hope you enjoyed learning just as much as I've enjoyed teaching it to you. Keep learning, keep listening to music, keep making music, and keep enjoying life. Bye bye, God bless you.